If I told you that a monster existed, a man who fought for 30 long years and never lost once, he didn't just win wars, he erased entire armies. The history books call him the human butcher, a name that still haunts the soil of China. But was he a villain, or just a master of a cruel craft? Tonight we meet General Tu, the man who built an empire on bone. This is Bai Qi. Legend says Bai Qi was a demon reborn, sent to punish the world. They say he killed over 1 million men. But let us look closer. Beyond the dark myths, Bai Qi lived in the Warring States period, a time of total war. Qin was not a place for the weak hearts. The butcher title was given by his enemies. To them, he was horror. To Qin, he was the ultimate shield. He wasn't a monster who loved to kill. He was a machine that aimed to win. Absolute, efficient, unstoppable. Bai Qi was not born with a golden spoon. He rose through the Qin meritocracy system. In the state of Qin, titles were not inherited. They were earned in blood. For every head brought back, a soldier gained rank. Bai Qi started at the bottom. He didn't have a name. He only had a sword. He spent his youth in the cold barracks, learning the flow of blood, the weight of a shield. By the time he was given his first command, he knew every inch of the soldier's soul. He was the common man who became a king's sword. The China of Bai Qi was a broken mirror, 7 kingdoms fighting for one single bloody throne. Qin was the outsider, harder, faster, more brutal. The Qin army didn't fight for glory, they fought for survival. Bai Qi was the heart of this war machine. He understood that war was not a game, it was an equation. To unify the land, the enemy's spirit must be crushed entirely. He didn't want territory. He wanted the enemy to cease to exist. This was the beginning of the era of total annihilation. At the Battle of Yik, Bai Qi faced a massive allied force. Wei and Han armies joined to crush him. They had more men. They had better positions. But they were divided. Bai Qi saw the gap. He ignored the main force of the enemy. He struck the weakest link with total fury. Like a surgeon's knife, he cut the head off the allied army. Once the Han fled, the Wei were trapped. 200,000 men fell in a single day. This was his first lesson to the world. Strike the heart and the body will die. The Battle of Changping, the turning point of all Chinese history. The state of Zhao sent their entire nation, 400,000 men. Bai Qi did something no one expected. He pretended to retreat. He drew them into a narrow rocky valley, then he closed the door behind them. He didn't attack them. He let them starve. For 46 days, the Zhao soldiers ate their own leather belts. They ate their horses. They waited for hope that never arrived. Bai Qi sat outside watching the valley like a wolf watching sheep. He didn't lose blood. He only lost time. Victory was not enough for General Bai Qi. He knew that Zhao had more men at home. If they returned, the war would never end. So he made a choice that still echoes. He ordered the execution of all 400,000 prisoners of war. He released only 240 boys to go home and tell the story of the horror they saw. This was psychological warfare at its most extreme. He broke the heart of the Zhao nation. For generations, mothers whispered his name to make their children stop crying. He became the ghost that won wars without even being present. Was he a monster? History is complicated. Bai Qi was a servant of the state. He followed the logic of his king. In Qin law, if you didn't win, you died. If you showed mercy, you were a traitor. He lived in a system that demanded results. But even a man made of iron has a breaking point. After Changping, he grew weary of the blood. He saw the shadows of the dead in his own palace halls. The butcher was tired, but the war machine he helped build was not done with him. It still needed a final sacrifice. Jealousy is a sharper blade than any sword. The Prime Minister of Qin feared Bai Qi's power over the army. He poisoned the king's mind with lies. The king ordered Bai Qi to commit suicide with the very sword he used to build the Qin Empire. Before he died, he looked at the sky. He asked, "What crime have I committed to deserve this end?" Then he remembered Changping. "I killed so many who had surrendered. Perhaps this is my payment to the earth." The butcher fell, undefeated in battle, but defeated by the very peace he created. What can we learn from a man like the human butcher? He taught us the power of absolute commitment. When he had a goal, he moved with total focus, no distractions, no doubt. He understood the system he lived in and mastered it completely. But he also serves as a dark warning. Efficiency without empathy is a hollow victory. He won every battle but lost his soul. A true leader knows when to use the sword and when to put it away. Power is a fire. If you don't control it, it will consume the one who holds it. Your impossible war is happening right now. Maybe it's a career. Maybe it's a dream. Be like Bai Qi in your focus. Plan until the victory is a certainty. But never forget the human cost of success. Don't become a butcher of your own happiness. This was General 2, undefeated, unforgettable. Who is number 3? He was a man who could win a war with a flute. Subscribe to find out. Join the journey of 81 legends. See you in the next chapter. Stay strong. Stay human.